For all my Dexter fans out there, this one is for you.
Woo!
You haven't even seen Dexter, stop.
I saw the first half of the season.
Oh, okay. Have you ever wondered where the character Dexter Morgan came from? Or did you even know he was based on an actual person? There have been books, songs, and films that have portrayed this man as a Robin Hood-like figure. But this reality is darker. A reality based on a cold-blooded killer driven by personal vendetta and mental illness. This man's case presented unique challenges for Brazil's justice system. How exactly do you prosecute someone who killed criminals? His victims included rapists, murderers, and corrupt officials. This is the story of Pedro Rodrigues Filho.
Hello, friends and family. Welcome back to another episode of Weekly Bazaar. I'm Jessica.
I'm Montana.
And if you're new here, hi, hello. We've been waiting for you. And if you're watching on YouTube, I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. I'm wearing my glasses and there's a huge reflection on my face, but here we are.
The 5 people that watch us on YouTube can take it up with you.
Yeah, they probably all know us anyway, so it's fine.
You can email us at weeklybazarpodcast@gmail.com.
Yeah, send us hate mail.
No, send us love mail.
Or that too, that'd be nice.
Any love mail would be nice.
Any mail would be
Oh, I knew you were going to say that. I knew you were going to say that.
So we're back for another week of making fun of ourselves. Hope you guys missed us. We missed you.
I forgot we didn't say the big announcement, but remember I proposed to you.
Oh, that's right. And I said yes.
I know. Brian was like, "What the heck?" And I'm like, one of us has to make this happen.
Yep, I got proposed to. I felt so special.
Yeah, we were at my baby shower, and my baby shower was a baby is brewing theme.
Yeah.
I couldn't do We Create a Monster because my mom said no, whatever. Anywho, so I had these snake rings. I wish I had them on right now, but I had these 3 or 4 different snake rings on my fingers. And you're like, I really like your ring. I was like, do you want one? You're like, yes. And I said, which one do you want? And you took the big one, which I figured you would.
Yeah, I should have taken the small one and put it on my pinky.
No, we got the big one. So now we have matching big snake rings. So I took it off and I proposed to you. And you said yes.
And Ryan gave me the side eye.
Like I said, one of us has to make this happen. So if it's me, it's whatever.
We'll be sending out invitations soon.
At least I had a ring, okay?
Yeah.
Ryan.
Hint, hint.
My Beyonce hand. If you liked it, you should have put a ring on it.
He one-upped the ring. He put a baby in it.
Yeah, we're doing things a little backwards, but
that's how we did them. Life. Oh, but we never ended up married, so. But here we are all these years later. Just happy as can be. If you want to know the secret, I don't know. I don't know the secret.
There is a secret.
I don't think there is. I think you either just can tolerate each other for that long or you can't. I don't know. Because, I mean, regardless of who you're with, you got to make some sacrifices and you got to put up with some shit. It is what it is.
I think the key, though, my advice to a good relationship is not 50-50. It's 100-100. You each have to give 100. And that's hard to do.
Yeah.
So we're not here for relationship talk.
We could be, if you want us to be. Just email us at weeklybazarpodcast@gmail.com if you want our unsolicited advice.
Be like, these girls don't even have their life together.
Yeah. It's fine.
Somehow we survive everyday life. I don't know how, but here we are.
Hey, we're doing a lot better than a lot of people I know. I'll just say that. Some days I'm like, how How are you still alive to some people? We won't say names.
No.
How are you a functioning adult? I don't know.
Like the
But
people
to
we
be
were
fair, I ask myself those same questions. So
we won't talk about the people we were gossiping about before we record.
no, that's between us. Maybe once we're bigger and we can actually have the time to like make behind the scenes or like top secret
If you want to
videos.
join us on Patreon, patreon.com/weekly bizarre.
All right, all the plugs out of the way for
All
the
the
day.
all the all the secrets will be on Patreon.
Yes, someday.
We're working on some ideas for Patreon. Don't worry, Patreon folks.
Yeah.
We got some ideas. So, anywho, with all the plugs out of the way, are you ready for today's story?
Yes, I'm very intrigued. As per usual, but
So, how far did you get in Dexter? Like half the first season?
I think most of the first season. I'm trying to remember what the last thing I remember was, but it's been like over a year ago that I started it, and I'm not really sure why I stopped. I think it was because it was one of those times where I really got back into gaming, and I don't have time to do both really, so I spent my time gaming and stopped watching.
I know the first couple episodes of Dexter were hard for me. I'm like, why are people like the show so much? But then,
Mm-hmm.
like, after the first five, you get really into it. And then the first couple seasons are pretty good and badass. And then it just goes downhill. But
I have a
that's where
hard
that gift came
time
from.
with the sister. The sister really annoys the shit out of me.
That's hard since she's literally a big part of the story.
Yeah, so we'll see
But
if
I
she
see what
grows
you
on
mean.
me. I think, and
She's
I'm probably going to
whiny.
get so much hate for this, but I think she's a bad actor. Like maybe that gets better over time, but it just seems very beginner to me
I mean,
compared
I
to everyone
haven't,
else.
to be fair, I don't know because I've only seen her in like two other things.
Yeah.
And so one was White Chicks, where she was playing like a dumbed down character. And then one was a horror movie that I have seen a million years ago, so I couldn't tell you how she acted in that. But I can see where she comes off as whiny in this series.
I bet you guys are going to send me some hate mail now. Weeklybizarrepodcast at gmail.com.
You literally said any male is any male.
I'll take it. Hey, my friend from Brazil, she gets all kinds of hate mail from other gamers and she loves it. She's like, that's when you know you're
Why?
doing a good job.
They'll
Like,
probably
true.
know today's story then.
Maybe.
It takes place in Brazil.
Probably. Yeah.
So I'll probably pronounce words,
Big,
mispronounce words,
big words.
hard
Hard
words.
words.
So good luck with that. I'm not good at Spanish. I took like 8 years of Spanish, and it's true. You don't use it, you lose it.
Yeah.
And I've
Well, I
lost a
mean,
lot of it.
I've seen people on TV that like moved to the States when they were kids, like 14 years old, and because they stopped using their language, they forgot it. Like that's their mother language and they forget it if they don't use it. So it's kind of crazy.
When I was in high school, I used to be really good at reading it. I had trouble like speaking it because they talk so fast and there's so many different dialects. So it is, they say it's the second easiest language, but it's still a hard language to learn because of all the dialects
Yeah.
that different cultures use. But I could read it really well. And now I'm like, I think that says library.
I I was never good at absorbing foreign languages. I'm just not apt. I don't have the aptitude for that, I think. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't have a good teacher. That could be it too.
That's fair. I wish I took ASL,
ASL.
American Sign Language.
Oh, well, I kind of learned that just because of my son, but I I know how to do the alphabet.
For
I,
ASL.
yeah,
I do
yeah.
not.
I can show you sometime.
Well, I know
It's
some
impressive.
parents, they do certain ASL words with like their kids. like young kids. So like when
Mm-hmm.
they're hungry, they use like the hungry for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but it's actually
I used
smart.
to. Another, if you don't use it, you lose it, because I know a lot of it and I forget a lot of it. I remember Cookie.
What's cookie? This is sea turtle. I remember
Is
sea
it?
turtle. That's sea turtle. That's literally all I got is sea turtle.
I remember Cookie because Dominic always wanted cookies, and so he would sign that Cookie. And outside, outside, outside.
This
Because he
this I
always wanted to
love
go outside.
this I love you, right?
Yeah, I love you. Anyway.
This isn't about American Sign Language.
Yeah,
This is about the real life
could be.
Dexter. That's where that gif came from. Surprise, motherfucker. Do you know what gif I'm talking about?
No, did you send that to me?
No, it's like a famous gif.
Oh, I thought it was something you sent. If it hasn't been sent to me, I most likely haven't seen it, or if I'm not like actively seeking something out, because I'm just one of those weirdos.
I'll send it to you after this, but it
Okay.
really became a big gif because the guy within Dexter's office always thought there was something off about Dexter, and everyone's like, "Leave Dexter alone, leave Dexter alone." I'm like, obviously he was right. He was a serial killer, but he would like sneak up on Dexter, and he was like, "Surprise, motherfucker." Anyway, all right. So this is another case where people think that I don't know why I keep picking these people, but people saw him as Robin Hood, and people were like, no, he still killed people. He's still a bad guy. I don't think he's Robin Hood. I think he was
A bad egg.
just wanted to kill. That is my opinion. I think he just wanted to kill. So,
Okay. Well, I'll let you know my opinion in a little bit. We'll see where this leads me.
all right, here we go. Pedro, just kidding. Pedro, just kidding on that one. It's been a long day. We just got off work. Pedro Rodriguez.
One more time.
Oh my God. Pedro Rodrigues was born on October 17th, 1954, in Brazil. So, like I said, your friends might know who he is.
I'll ask them.
His childhood, not so good.
No?
His
Tell
father
me more.
was an alcoholic, but not just an alcoholic. He was a very violent alcoholic and actually would beat his mother who was pregnant.
Mm.
So if that doesn't tell you anything about the beginning of his life, I don't know what will. Because of his father being so violent, his mother suffered severe beatings, like I said, while she was pregnant, including a bunch of kicks to her stomach. And because of that, Pedro was born with a fractured skull.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I have no words.
So, as you can guess, Pedro's childhood was created from extreme poverty and violence. So he knew poverty and violence. And with his father being so violent, his brutality was not only on the family, but he was known for settling disputes with machete attacks. Yeah. You stole from me, machete hack.
Dang, you would think that would take a limb.
His father just seems like a very angry man
Yeah.
that
Off with
doesn't
his
have a
head.
good outlet. Yeah, that does not have a good outlet for anything. So he just beat his pregnant wife, and that's how he handled things with machetes.
Well, it sounds to me that he kind of came by this honestly, in a way. Like, it was kind of written in his DNA to be a violent person.
The picture's literally painted in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at the age of 8, as we just talked about, Pedro had his first violent outburst. And this is where he pushed a classmate into a well after an argument. So there's no Lassie. There's the young kids won't get that reference, but
That aged you, my dear.
bitch, I am old, okay? I know I'm old.
Hey, we're proud to be old up in this bitch. It's a privilege.
I know my mom got so mad at me. I was talking to her on the way home from work. I almost said school because she was still at school. And she's babysitting on Saturday because my brother and sister-in-law are going to see the Beatles. And remember, to me, Beatles and Beach Boys, potato, send the hate mail. I don't care. And she's like, I'm an old lady. I don't know how late the concert is going to go. And I was like, Well, to like be fair, isn't the crowd pretty older when it comes to the Beatles? So like I don't think it's gonna go that late. And she got so offended. I'm like, what young person besides your daughter-in-law and son, which I think does it because of your daughter-in-law, is a Beatles fan or knows like Beatles stuff?
Well, couldn't she just keep the baby overnight and then she could put her to bed and go to bed?
Well, first-time parents, so they're not at that step yet.
Well, they haven't done that yet.
No, they're yeah, they're not at that step where I'm just like, I need rest, just take it. It's fine.
But yeah, I think my grandma kept Dominic before he was a month old. Actually, no, that's not true because I was so sick that I couldn't have done anything anyway.
So she got mad that I said people listen to the Beatles are old. I'm sorry.
Hey, tell that to Tony. He listens to the Beatles all the time.
Well, there you go. Tony's in his 40s. And I was like, I guarantee you, Mom, that half your students don't even know who the Beatles are. And she's like, yeah, because they're too young. I'm like, that is my point. So,
Yeah. I'm
anyway,
amazed that the kids now are like the Deftones have come back around. I'm like, what? What is happening?
because we had the best music genre.
We did.
I mean, I still love the 70s and 80s music. I still do. I still think their music was very good. But I still love 90s and early 2000s music.
I was never really into 80s, 70s. I mean, there's some of it I like, but it wasn't something that I would frequently listen
I
to.
do. And then when the college kids throw parties around here, they're listening to our music. I'm like, okay,
Well, now
20
we know
years
how people
later.
our age felt when we were young, doing the same thing.
Anyway, I don't know why I got on that rant.
Because that's what we do.
So like I said, Pedro was 8. He had his first violent outburst where he just pushed another classmate into a well. By age 10 is when he started torturing animals, and he had no remorse for it.
Such a pattern I'm seeing here.
10.
It's like a stepping stone for a lot of serial killers to start with animals.
It's probably was easy to get a hold of. Like animals are probably easier to get a hold of, and you see how you feel when you kill them. I don't know. I not obviously not a serial killer, especially I
Allegedly.
would never tortured animals. I know. That's for Patreon. That's for Patreon gossip. A sequel. I still know what you did last summer. All right. So he keeps upping his game, okay? So the age of 12, this is where he begins carrying knives and he starts threatening other children. So go ahead.
I was going to say cool.
I mean, there's
But
what
not
can you
really. I'm
say?
kidding. Yeah.
It's he's going on this linear path, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of it's getting worse and worse and worse. So now he
Quickly.
went from torturing animals to carrying weapons and threatening other kids. And at age 13, he was expelled from school for attacking a teacher with a, can you guess it?
A knife.
Machete.
Oh, even better.
Wonder where he got that idea from.
How the hell did he get that to school is what I want to know. Because machetes are not small.
I don't know.
That is very weird. Like, did he put it in his sports bag or something? Like, did he have a baseball bag maybe that he put that bitch in? Because I feel like that's the only way that could have
Well,
happened.
by this time, this was the 1960s, so anyone born in the 1960s, aka probably you Beatle listeners, how did you get away with that stuff back in the day?
Did you have baseball bags that you brought your machete to school in? Let us know.
That you had to walk uphill both ways to school and your machete was heavy?
Actually, I was a cheerleader and I had a sports bag, and you probably had one too. They were pretty long and narrow. You know what I'm talking about? Like I had a Converse one,
Like in
but
like a
but they had like
like a
they would have
drawstring?
no, it was a zip on the top and it was kind of like a cylindrical shaped bag. It was like long and kind of rounded on the ends, and they
I
would
had a
have them for
soccer
like each
bag.
sports team
I would
or
have a soccer bag.
sports brand. Like they would have Nike ones, they'd have Adidas ones,
I know what you're talking about.
Converse, Asic. And yeah, so maybe it could have been something like that. I don't know.
Still a big bag for school.
All I'm saying is it wouldn't have fit in a regular backpack, I don't think.
Better shut your whore mouth.
Oh, she did not like
Wow.
that.
I'm
She
not going
is
to talk to
very
my kid
upset.
like this, I promise.
Mm-hmm. Until she's 16.
No, I had a soccer bag, the one you're talking about, and it was either like one of the Adidas ones, and I had all my
Mm-hmm.
soccer gear in it. And I remember to this day, it was in the garage, sitting in the garage, and I was sitting in the driveway, and it was just sitting there. And I could see this humongous spider from all the way at the end of the driveway to the soccer, like in the garage. Like that's how big this spider was.
No, thank you.
And I saw it crawl into the bag, and I never touched that bag again.
I do not blame you. I wouldn't have either.
It was like exaggerating a little bit, but it was like tarantula style huge. If I could see from that far away, this, oh my God.
No.
So I think of that when I think of those bags. I never touched that bag again, even though my soccer gear was in it. Nope, nope. So
I saw a
anyway,
Wally today, speaking of
honestly, I'll
spiders.
take it over a spider.
Well, I'm always happy now when I see them because I know that they're killing other bugs. Anyway.
Yeah, the rain, we had heavy rain, took down the 2-story house of the spider outside.
Oh, wonder where
So
it moved to.
on the other side.
Oh, smart. You're like, I'm not doing this again.
The double decker, right? Okay. So 12, like I said, he's carrying weapons, threatening other students. 13 is when he actually attacks a teacher with the machete, and that's what gets him expelled from school. And at this age of 13, this is where he claimed he felt the urge to kill for the first time. He got in a
Okay.
fight. Yeah. He got in a fight with an older cousin where Pedro punched him in the face. And as his cousin was laying on the ground, he looked up at his cousin and said, "I'm going to kill you." And obviously, thinking Pedro was just joking, like he's not serious, his cousin just laughed it off. And later, Pedro actually pushed his cousin into a sugarcane press, almost ripping his arm off.
Oh,
And
that
he
hits
pulled it.
close to home.
Yeah, we won't get into that. It's too sad.
Yeah.
And he pulled a knife on him.
Yep. The downward spiral.
And so we get to age 14, right? He commits his first murder
At 14.
at
That's
14.
that is sad.
He
Tragic.
shot the deputy mayor of, I am gonna mispronounce this whole entire thing.
Big whip.
I'm so sorry. The mayor of Santa Rita de Sebastião. I'm sure your Brazilian friends will come at me.
Oh, they will.
So sorry. Basically, he shot the deputy mayor in front of City Hall because the city mayor apparently fired his father because his father was a school guard at the time, and he was fired over accusations of stealing food from the school kitchen. And so the mayor put him in jail, and before shooting the security guard, who he suspected as the actual thief, using his grandfather's shotgun for both.
I was gonna
So
say, where did he get the gun? I wonder if there's some sick and twisted like way that he's trying to please his father in a way, you know?
it's
Or like to gain
possible.
his
Maybe,
approval.
yeah, I was gonna say maybe he never got approval,
Mm-hmm.
but like he shot the mayor multiple times. Not
With
only
a
multiple
shotgun.
times with a shotgun, he shot him in broad daylight. He wasn't hiding anything.
Okay, so he didn't get arrested?
I will get to that. But he described this feeling of shooting the mayor as satisfaction.
And this is when he was 14.
14 years old. And he planned this assassination for weeks. 14-year-old boy, he planned this for weeks. So you got premeditated murder right there at 14 years old.
Oh, he was doomed from the start. He didn't stand a chance.
No. So basically, because of this, he wasn't arrested because he went on the run. He said, deuces. He went on the run.
I'm amazed that he was able to get away if he did that in broad daylight in the middle of town. People must have just been afraid.
I would.
Yeah, me too.
See a 14-year-old kid just shooting a shotgun off. Yeah, I'm not going to stop him. I'm going to probably run the other direction. I don't know. So when Rodriguez took refuge in a different city, and this is where he began robbing drug dens and killing drug traffickers, making him a celebrity in the news. So
See,
he
there's
was
another
known.
problem.
Yeah. About like the
Making
celebrity part, it gets worse.
exactly. Oh, it gets worse.
Because it gets worse. So they gave him a name. So the news media even gave him a name. He was the vigilante Pedro Matador. So like little Pedro the killer. So they're referring to him as a vigilante, which like you just killed the mayor. Just because you're killing, you know, drug dens and the traffickers, you still shot the mayor. What did the mayor do? Because he fired your father?
Mm-hmm.
And then the media's portrayal was complex because people saw him as like part monster and part folk hero because he was cleaning up the streets. And basically
Okay.
his vigilante, right? Basically his vigilante code or target profile, I guess, as you will. Again, like I said in the intro, was drug dealers, rapists, murderers, and corrupt officials. And his preferred method was close range executions with guns and knives for killing.
Bloodlust.
And he justifies his actions because in later interviews he gave, quote, I was cleaning up society, end quote. And police struggled to track him down because he didn't leave witnesses and he would operate across multiple districts. So it's like if someone watches you murder someone, you take them out because they witnessed it. Does that make them a part of your code? So this was about the time Rodriguez met Maria Olympia and they began living together. And Rodriguez took on the duties of Maria's deceased husband because her deceased husband was a local drug lord.
Oh, Maria.
Maria. Mind you, this is all before the age of 18. I just want to say that.
How old is he when he gets with Maria?
It doesn't say, but not very old.
Ugh.
So he replaced her dead husband, who was a local drug lord, and due to his new place in a local street gang, this is when he was soon, quote, forced to eliminate some rivals. And guess what? Maria fell pregnant with his child.
Imagine.
The apple doesn't fall far.
Does he end up kicking her around too?
Well, unfortunately, she was actually murdered shortly after by a rival gang leader.
Dang, this is a rough life. This is a lot going on.
Yep, and like I said, still underage. Obviously, Pedro escaped and he's upset, right? The love of his life was just murdered. So he goes on a revenge killing spree by tracking down and killing every member of that rival gang,
Dang.
as well as killing anyone connected to her death. So again, that included witnesses or alleged accomplices. We'll just say almost, I feel like no one was safe in his path. Like if I feel like if you're a wife married to one of the rival gang leaders, he would still kill you.
Yeah, especially after it happened to him.
I'm not saying like he did it, but I wouldn't be surprised. So on May 24th, 1973, at the age of 18, finally, this is where he's arrested for the first time. And ironically, he was arrested because he had a botched robbery attempt. So it was just like a minor crime is what got him arrested. And of course, police are like, we have no idea. We just captured Brazil's most prolific serial killer. Obviously, this guy's an idiot and can't even do a robbery right, so no big deal. Wrong.
How old was he?
18.
Oh, okay.
So when police are, interrogating him, he told them he committed over 100 murders. Nonchalantly.
I wonder if it was even more than that.
Oh. Mm-hmm. And at first, like, the detectives are like, okay, obviously this guy is mentally ill. And he's lying. There's something wrong with him. But he actually started providing details about unsolved cases, kind of like stunning the detectives. Like, oh, maybe he is telling the truth because he can give us information that only the killer would know. And
Wow,
so
that's a lot.
he was sent to prison for 126 years.
And if he wasn't, I would definitely be questioning the justice system.
Oh, trust me, you're gonna be questioning it. It's like it's a scary movie where he's like, but wait,
I was gonna say,
there's
like,
more.
I'm looking at how long we've been doing this, and this can't be the end.
No, we just getting started, girl.
Oh my god.
Keep the number in mind. He was 126 years in prison. Because when he gets to prison, it just becomes his new hunting ground.
Oh no.
So
And
for
at that point, I mean, he's got nothing to lose, so why not?
126 years, he's gonna live and die in prison. Spoiler alert, he does not.
I had a feeling.
So police records show that Pedro was once transported in a vehicle with another prisoner. They're both handcuffed. But during this transport, Pedro, he killed the other inmate without police even noticing. So when they opened the door and saw that the other prisoner was dead, Pedro just said he did it because the man was a rapist. Nonchalantly. But when he would, eliminate I'm going to eliminate problematic prisoners, guards literally look the other way.
I'm conflicted with this. I really am, because I feel like if I was a queen and in charge of bringing down law onto people, I would probably just have them all killed too. I'd be like, "You're a rapist, all right, off with your head, bye, next." Come up, "Oh, I killed my mother because she didn't give me my get the right cereal or whatever." Okay, off with your head, next.
So you just be the lady from the Queen with Alice in Wonderland. Off with their heads.
Ooh, that's gonna be my next Halloween costume.
Be like, why'd you decide to be her? Be like, well, go back and listen to whatever episode this is.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, he is not the law, so
He's
that's a
not.
big issue.
He's not God.
Yeah.
He's not the law. He shouldn't have to choose if someone else lives or dies. But he does.
That would be such a scary situation to be in. I don't care how many shitty things you've done in your life, to have to live and coexist with him, knowing that the police, the guards are going to turn their heads and they like a blind eye to whatever that he plans to do to you. I would never feel safe. Like, I wouldn't want to sleep. I wouldn't want to ever be alone.
Well, it's actually my next bullet point is um, inmates were scared of him, but respected him at the same time. So it's like they would stay out of his way. And then when new inmates would come in, other inmates warned them, like, hey, do not mess with this man or you won't live to see tomorrow.
So he was basically the god of the penitentiary or wherever he was.
Yeah, he built his own reputation.
And he was
And
so young. My gosh.
he found out that his own cellmate had killed his own father, which violates his twisted moral code. But he decides to torture and kill his cellmate, where he would even later cut out his heart and ate pieces of it.
Wow.
So he's literally unhinged.
I was going to say he has literally no boundaries. None.
But which I guess he's a murderer, right? If he killed his own father, so I guess that's within the code. But just the eating of the heart, It's a little too Silence of the Lambs for me.
It's very Dahmer.
Ooh, even better reference. Yeah.
Immediately what I thought of. Like, what is it about these criminals that make them want to eat the people that they're killing? Like, isn't it enough for you
Maybe
to
it's a
have killed
power
them?
thing. Well, Dahmer ate them because he said that they would always be with him, right? Wasn't that what a piece would always be with him?
Yeah.
That's why he justified eating them. They would never leave him if he ate pieces of him, which is
Except they would.
demented in itself.
I think we discussed this in one of our recent episodes because I remember saying they do leave you into the toilet. But anyway.
Never mind. So during his time in prison, he had 47 confirmed kills, 16 attempted murders, and 126 prison riots that he participated in as well as instigated. Wait for this.
He was a busy boy.
It's kind of like the Roof Man, how he spent his time in prison trying to escape, and then Pedro's just killing people, starting riots. Different experiences.
Keeping himself busy in a different way.
In his psychological profile, it said he has antisocial personality. So that means he had complete lack of empathy and remorse for his victims. He had vigilante complex where he believed he was serving justice where the system failed. And for everyone listening, that we know that he has narcissistic traits. He saw himself superior to both criminals and law enforcement.
God complex.
I almost feel like you can call a God complex a narcissistic complex, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's almost the same thing to me. But he caught the attention of journalists. Go figure. And they would pack themselves in the courtroom for every hearing that he had. Even citizens would line up for hours just to watch his proceedings. And during his time incarceration, he was allowed to do hundreds of interviews to journalists and researchers. And so he just spoke candidly about his murders, like showing no remorse. Like it was just, he was telling a story. But again, this is the media feeding into him. So I think this what makes his complex even bigger, because he's like, the media loves me.
So dangerous.
He told one reporter, quote, "I don't regret anything. The world is better without those people." End quote. So here's the Dexter comparison. Okay, they had similar targets, which I know you haven't seen a lot of Dexter, but you know he had a code where he just killed, quote, bad people, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he killed a lot of people that obviously were guilty, but they got off, like, in the courtroom. They got released because they were found innocent. He would still kill them. So
Not
both
okay.
focused on... No, in a sense it wasn't. Some people Dexter killed, you're like, thank God, like that person deserved to die. But again, we're glorifying Dexter Morgan here. It's the same thing, you know? Because at the beginning, everyone was like, when I first started watching it, I was like, why does everyone think he's so attractive? I was like, he's not even good looking. But like, as the show goes on, you're like, I'm in love with Dexter Morgan. And I'm like, this is not okay. It's not okay. It's not.
Yeah, I'm right there. I'm not attracted to him, but maybe I'm not far in enough. I don't know.
But you root for Dexter. You don't want him to get caught because that's the code. He's just killing bad people. And that was his complex. He was getting rid of the bad people of the world because he just wanted to kill. So his father made him go by a code. He's like, I can't stop you from killing. These are the people you're going to kill. So they both focused on killing criminals. And like I said, quote, the bad people. They both went by a moral code. So each operated under their own twisted sense of justice. And like I kind of just said, the public fascination. And both became cultural phenomena despite their horrific crimes. And Pedro's case attracted global attention from criminologists and true crime enthusiasts. And this is where the International dubbed him as the Brazilian Dexter. And this was decades before the fictional character Dexter Morgan came alive.
Yeah.
So like before his character even existed.
In the 80s?
At this point,
70s and 80s?
I would say 70s, probably into the 80s, because he's a
When
little
was he
older
born?
now. 54?
Oh, I thought he was born in the 60s.
No, I think he kind of grew up in the 60s, and by grow up I mean became very violent into his tween era, and yeah, he was dubbed the Brazilian Dexter. But I did had to put this in here because he did kill innocent victims. So, like, he killed security guards who happened to be working during his robberies. He killed, again, as I mentioned, witnesses to his crimes who just saw as potential threats because they would, turn him in. And he killed individuals who simply just pissed him off or they just got in his way. And his crimes upset many families because these families, their loved ones were murdered by Pedro. And so not just his victims, but his own family was like ashamed of him, which I don't really blame them at all.
Yeah, I would hope that they would be.
So with these innocent people he killed, this is where I just said earlier in the podcast where I think he just killed because he wanted to kill.
Seems so.
But yeah, his family was ashamed of him and they would constantly just move. Even his own siblings changed their name
I would have done the same thing.
because they wanted to distance themselves from the family name Rodriguez because he had been associated with murder or filio. Which surprises me that in prison, this is where he learned to read and write. So he knew how to kill people, but he didn't even know how to read and write.
He was too busy killing people to learn.
If he wanted money and he couldn't even like send it into the police, be like, write out like, if you don't give me $500, you know? He couldn't even write it. But okay, so get this. This is great. This is great. Despite, continuing to kill his inmates, right? His fellow inmates, he maintained good behavior.
Wow. Not what I thought you were going to say.
So, good behavior in other aspects of prison life. So, he followed the rules, which to me, killing other inmates, I don't see as following the rules, but okay. He worked jobs and he would charm the guards.
So you would.
Good behavior. Can't make this shit up. Okay, so remember the number I said? He was sentenced to 126 years in prison.
Yes.
Okay. He was to be released in 2003 because by Brazilian law, at that time prohibited anyone from spending more than 30 years behind bars.
Funny that you say that because I literally just watched a case a few days ago that I'd never heard of before. It was a hostage situation in Brazil somewhere. I think it was like one of the biggest major cities there. I'm not sure. But the same thing happened where like once he was convicted, they sentence him to like 90 some years, but then they're like, "Oh, we got to take that back because you can't serve more than 30 years." Like, well, what?
What's the point then?
Yeah.
So I don't understand the point of
Yeah, I'm
sentencing
confused.
someone and then...
If you know, email us at weeklybizarrepodcast@gmail.com. Very curious about that one. I guess I could ask my Brazilian friends. I haven't talked to them in a while, though. I haven't been gaming.
Well, after they listen to this, you never will again. So he was in prison for 34 years. Even though he confessed to over 100 murders, he killed all these people in prison. And so April 24th, 2007, he was released from prison.
Wow. And how old was he when he was released?
Well, let's tack on 30 years from 18. So let's say about late 40s.
He still had a full life.
I know, he's not even done yet.
Not surprised.
But following his initial planned 2003 release, because that was the full 30 years, this is where he was the inspiration for Dexter Morgan, the anti-hero protagonist 2004 Dexter book series, which was written by Jeff Lindsay. And then that's when 2006, that's when they turned it into a TV show. and as we know, Dexter, who is played by Michael C. Hall, which, after watching Dexter, I do like him as an actor, I'm just saying.
In 2006 is when it aired. Wow, I didn't realize it was that old.
Okay, I was a senior in high school. Thanks.
I was already graduated.
I want to watch the new one, like the brand new one, because he's actually in it, and I hear it's really good. But I don't think it's the New Blood. There's so many adaptations now, but I want to watch the very new one because I hear it's good. Because it's hard to make. I don't know, when you bring a show back that's been dead for how many years, I think it's hard to make it good because you're trying to keep the characters they once were, where I feel like they would have evolved so much.
I feel like that's well, not exactly what you're saying, but I feel like that's why the new Sex and the City didn't really work out.
Don't even started on that.
That I was working on somebody the other day that actually loved it. I'm like, oh, I just kept my mouth shut, but yeah, there were so many things wrong with that. Like they weren't even the same characters that you remember them to be. Not really. But and yes, when so much time has passed and so many things in the world have changed too, that's a whole other problem, you know? Like you have to adapt it to the new world, really, the new technology, new wokeness or not.
Well, I think we need to be politically correct. We do. But they tried so hard to be PC, so hard, and that's where they changed the characters, I think.
Yeah, they went too far. They didn't have to
Yeah.
go that far.
They changed it to like Miranda. They changed her character so much so she'd evolve in this new world, and it wasn't the same Sex in the City. I think they just
Yeah, they just went off the rails with it.
but I do hear good things about the very new Dexter. But I can't say I haven't seen it, so I can't give my opinion on it. But I'll give you my opinion on the new Sex and the City, and I'm glad they canceled it.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about like what all is involved in the Dexter series, but it's probably a little bit easier with that because it's not based around sex and relationships. And I mean, it probably is a little bit like that's probably intertwined there, but it's not the main
So
premise of the
you would
show.
probably hate the new one because you hate his sister. So in the show, like his dad passed away but talks to him. So always has conversation with his dad. He sees his dad, right? So in the newer one, he sees his sister. His sister is his new companion, as you will. You'll be lucky if you make it that far, to be honest, because the last
True.
season sucks so bad. Don't
Yeah,
waste
I
your
remember you saying that.
don't waste your time on like the last two. Just don't.
Why does that always happen?
Because they run out. Because the show does so good, and they run out of shit to. All right, moving on.
Man.
But the novel series was such a huge success, and Showtime's television franchise additionally led to Pedro acquiring the new international media nickname, like we said, Brazilian Dexter, because the show was so popular. So, ironically, when released, Pedro, he was trying to live a quiet life. So he even moved to a small town. He was just trying to keep a low profile, but like everyone literally knew who he was. But I'm like, you did this to
Right.
yourself. This is all your fault. So he couldn't he struggled with employment. He had trouble in like relationships, and he was trying to fit into society that was scared of him when it came down to it.
As they should be.
So in 2008, he had his first post-release television interview, and so he draws an even more massive crowd, a more massive audience. In 2010, he appears in a documentary about Brazilian serial killers. And get this, 2015, he makes a YouTube channel,
Oh no.
and he gains thousands of subscribers.
Must be nice. Dang, is that what it takes? We're gonna have to kill people to be vigilantes?
Damn, I didn't
No,
even think about that.
I'm not selling my soul to the devil.
I didn't even think about that. That hits harder now. Thousands
Ugh.
of subscribers. And on his YouTube channel, he discusses crimes. He offers life advice.
Oh, no, no, no.
He interacts with fans.
Fans. See, that's a problematic word. The fact that he has fans is terrifying to me. Oh, but it's so common. It's so common.
You know how stupid I am? It's not hard to figure that out. But I had a friend one year for Halloween. I know. No, it's fine. This is going to out it anyway. If we didn't think that before, it's just saying. But my friend he showed up at a Halloween party and he was a ceiling fan. So he had like a baseball cap and he had "Go Ceilings" written on his shirt. And I'm like, I don't get it. He's like, I'm a ceiling fan. Go
Oh
Ceilings.
my.
And it took me the longest time to get it. Why it made me think of that, I don't know. But it was a pretty clever costume.
Honestly, I think that's a big part of why we're friends, because
We're stupid.
I'm dumb too. Yeah. And honestly, I'm surprised it didn't take me a long time for that to click, because it just depends. It depends on the situation. I'm like, I guess I'm more on the gullible side. So I'm like, you tell me something, I'm gonna believe it. I'm like, what, really? To most things.
I know.
But yeah.
And do you ever watch those reels where they're like, I'll sum up my life in a reel. So I'll sum up my life in 30 seconds. I'll give you glimpses. And I feel like you and I would just be like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know.
Big words. Hard.
Like, I don't know. You know what's
Oh,
scary is I'm
we
going to
should
be a
do
mom.
it.
What's scary is you are a mom.
Been there,
I'm
done
just
that.
kidding. I'm just kidding. You're a wonderful mom.
I'm done. I mean, you know what I mean.
I know.
No, I'll never be.
He's over
You're
18.
never
He hasn't
done.
killed anyone. He's doing good.
Yeah, he's a good person. He's got a good
Listen, you
soul.
you are never done. My mom, I'm 37. My mom told me what baby shower I could not have. 37. So they never stop parenting.
I was way too hard-headed to ever be told what I could and couldn't have or do by anyone. So I
You were
can't relate to
also
that.
really young. Like when you had Dominic, your frontal lobe didn't even develop fully yet. Think about that.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. For those of you out there that don't know, I had my son when I was 21 years old.
It's a baby.
Mm-hmm. And he is now 21 years old.
Oh
Which
my God.
is
Could you imagine
crazy.
being a grandma right now?
No, my sister is.
She
That
loves
is
it
so
though.
weird. Oh, she loves every minute of it. Yeah.
I'll be like 90 by the time I'm probably a grandma. I don't want to think about it. Moving on. I don't want to think about it.
Can't believe I didn't think about this until just now, and I can't believe I haven't told you this until now. But my cousin, I've talked about her before. Her name's Morgan. Guess what her husband's name is?
Dexter.
Yes, not even kidding. Yep, it's Dexter and Morgan.
Man, only if it was
Isn't that
like,
cool?
yeah. So yeah, he makes a YouTube channel. He's given life advice. He's interacting with fans. His casual discussion of murder on YouTube finally disturbs mental health professionals because this is him glorifying violence, right? Okay, well, he begins accepting paid speaking engagements at universities and conferences. Criminology students and true crime enthusiasts pay to hear his firsthand accounts.
The nerve of these
Pay him.
people.
Yeah.
How dare you? Shame.
So just a couple years out of prison. So by 2011, he went to prison again for illegal weapons possession and threatening behavior. You don't say. So this time he was just sentenced to 8 years, but was released in 2018 after 7 years on good behavior. Okay. But this is his second release from prison in 2018. Like I said, this is where he declares himself to be reformed from his self-declared vigilantism as a youth and publicly vowed to commit no further crimes.
Wait a minute. Didn't he already do that the first time he got out?
I don't think he reformed himself. He was just trying to lay low because everyone knew who he was. And I also feel like if he killed a bunch of gang members, I could also see where he's trying to hide from other gang members that probably want to go after him.
And he's not a spring chicken anymore, so probably doesn't have the strength and stealth and whatever else you need to be able to pull off the shit he did when he was young.
No. So 2018, after all these years, he's reformed himself. He's no longer going to be a killer. Instead, he's just focusing on, becoming a Brazilian celebrity with his YouTube channel. So he just focuses
Praise
on
be to
maintaining
he.
his YouTube channel.
You know that reference.
What did you say?
Praise be to he.
No, what is it from?
The Righteous Gemstones.
I probably wouldn't know that because I've seen the first couple seasons. So I just haven't seen it in a million years. That's a good show. Talking
Was
about
so
good
good.
shows.
Highly recommend that one.
Okay, so there were two references on how he died. So I don't know which one is the real version of him dying. Because
Okay.
one I got from this information from the book, which I'll post the information in the show notes, the book information, because I can't think of the name on the top of my head. And then the other was from Wikipedia. So I don't know which way he died, but obviously he did. So but the date was right. So March 5th, 2023, they both gave the same date. This one said he was shot and killed by 3 men that were firing from a car. And after he was shot and killed, the 3 men came over and finished him off by cutting his throat. And they said the cut was so deep, it was near decapitation. And later they did find the car, but no suspects were ever been arrested for it, which is a shitty way to go. But in the end, I'm like, that kind of wanted to be the real version because you kind of deserve it.
Yeah. Karma is a bitch.
But then the other source just says he died of a heart attack. Less exciting.
Yeah. Quite a bit less.
Yeah, he was 68 when he died.
Kind of the first death reminds me of, did you watch Griselda on Netflix?
No, but was it good?
Oh, yeah, it was really good. Really good. I'll say no more. You should watch it.
Okay. I love her, so.
Yeah, it was a really, really good series. I binged it.
Episode on her one day. She sounds like I don't know. Yeah,
she
sounds
was
like someone that he would marry.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know that she would give him the time of day. I don't know, maybe. Anybody that would kill for her, she probably would give the time of day, so.
That's fair. So either way, he died of 68. Like I said, either was a heart attack or went out a really shitty way, which I think should have been, but whatever. But because of Pedro, the Brazilian justice system, the failures came to light after this. So it's like,
you don't say.
So one, overcrowded prisons couldn't contain dangerous criminals, right? Or dangerous inmates because they're just looking the other way, right? 2, the maximum sentence limits that release killers back into society. 3, the lack of adequate mental health treatment for violent criminals. Oh, they're not getting the treatment they should? Shocker.
Me either, man. What's it gonna take? Going to prison? What the hell is this? I gotta kill people to get a good YouTube channel and healthcare? What gives?
Today on Crone's Corner, we talk about the 100 people I killed. It's like Dexter Morgan. You're glorifying him. You're allowing it. You're feeding his ego by subscribing to his YouTube channel because you're wanting to hear about the people he murdered.
You're not helping the problem, people. You're not helping the problem.
Right.
And I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that think, oh, but you can redeem yourself and yada, yada. But
he was far gone.
Hundreds and so many innocent people. I don't know.
He was too far gone to be helped. I feel like that maybe, because you know how And I hate to say this, but serial killers have groupies.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like he probably had his own groupies.
I'm sure.
It just amazes me. I don't understand. Like, Scott Peterson had groupies. I'm like, you killed your wife, and I'm like, I don't understand it.
What about that other douchebag with the one that killed his entire family?
That narrows it down.
It's true. Isn't that sad?
Like Chris Watts, I think that's his
Chris
name.
Watts.
He
Yeah.
has his own groupies.
Yeah. Doesn't and he's playing the victim card now, isn't he? Or did he ever he was so pussy whipped by that bitch. I don't know that he ever did blame her, but I think that she should be in prison too. Nicole Kessinger, I think was the girlfriend's name that probably had a hand to play in their murder. That's a tale for another day, but yeah, the point is these assholes have freaking fan clubs.
And yeah, so my point was he probably has a lot of that. Jeffrey Dahmer, the Night
Yeah.
Stalker had so many. He even got married in prison. Don't get me started. Okay.
Yeah.
So
That happens a lot too. Yeah.
I know,
The
but these were
marriages in
like back in the
prison.
70s and 80s, and now the recent murders, like, I mean, early 2000s, they're getting groupies too. And I'm like, why? I don't understand. I don't understand. Is there just
Don't either.
something? Uh, anyway, moving on. So, criminologists compared Pedro to other serial killers worldwide. And so, like, unlike most serial killers who target innocent people, Pedro claimed moral justification. And this made him very dangerous because this means that he would rationalize his actions as being necessary.
The way he justified what he had done. He is like when he had time to stop and think about what the hell he did, that's the only way that he could handle it. I don't know. I don't know how their brains work, but
No, and it's this fascination with Pedro that they're turning killers into celebrities and just like the victims into like the footnotes. So people don't think about the families that are destroyed. And
exactly.
he killed over 100 people. So over 100 families, they lost loved ones to Pedro's violence. And that impact alone, I feel like it's going to have generational trauma. So children and grandchildren, they still have to live with these consequences. Are these consequences of his actions? And then just like the forgotten victims. So you gonna list everyone he killed? And it said that many of the victims' names were lost in the sensational coverage of Pedro.
Of course, because they weren't the focus as they should have been.
No, because they were turning him into a celebrity. And that's the story of Pedro Rodrigues Filho.
I wonder how they came up with on Dexter, the part where he's like OCD, isn't it? Like he's OCD and has to have us, or is he just doing that to make sure that he doesn't get any evidence anywhere? Like how clean he is with where he does his thing. I don't want to say too much because I'm sure there are people that haven't seen it that might want to.
I mean, to be fair, it's been around for 20 years.
It's true. I
It was
still can't believe that.
almost 20 years. And okay, I think it's both. I think he does have OCD, which I do think are tendencies of serial killers, but he was also taught, because his father was a cop, how to clean up the crime scene. So he made sure he left no evidence behind, and the only thing he kept was a drop of the victim's blood. Like he would put it in a glass, like
A little vial thing.
no, like when you look under the microscope, like one of those glasses, he would
Oh,
press
okay.
them together so the blood would spread out.
Slide.
Thank you, Jesus, baby brain. But that's what he would keep. That was his trophies. So he did keep trophies. But he's a likable character. And that's the problem. But it was such a good show. So, but I think it was more he was just trying to make sure that he left no evidence, but he would still keep up to make sure he wasn't caught. Like he'd keep up with the media, what they were saying, and he worked in a police station, so it was easy for him to also tamper with things, as you will, if things didn't go his way. But
Wow. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that this guy was a vigilante? Do you think that he got off easy? Do you think that I think he got off way too easy? That's my opinion. I don't think he was a vigilante. I think he was,
he wanted
I
to kill
agree with
just because
you.
he
He wanted to
had that
kill
urge to
and
kill.
yeah, he got off way too easy. Way too easy. That's crazy. And I hope that, I hate to say this, but I hope that he got what was coming to him. I hope that was his death.
Where they
Because,
shot him
man,
and then they go, "Oh, is he dead yet? We don't know. Let's just cut his throat anyway."
yeah. And I laugh, but in all seriousness, like
I mean, in all
he was a,
seriousness, like I said, his family wanted nothing to do with him.
yeah, he was not a good person. So, any way you look at it, he just wasn't. So, yeah, that's what I think. What do you guys think? We would love to know.
People are torn. Like I said, people are torn. They think he's Robin Hood, the hero, vigilante. Not this time. I don't think so.
Well, thank you all so much for being here for another one of our episodes. We truly appreciate each and every one of you coming back and listening to our shenanigans every week, hopefully every week. You can find us on all the social medias at Weekly Bazaar Podcast. You can email us at weeklybazarpodcast@gmail.com if you have any stories you want us to cover, any stories you want us to cover about you or somebody you know. We love that stuff. We're all about it. We've got some more exciting stuff coming up. We didn't really talk much about what we released last week, but we'll get more into that in our next one of our next two episodes. But we've got another guest coming up that I don't want to give anything away, but it's a pretty cool one too. We've been really enjoying dabbling and having guests on. We've been doing that a lot the past couple months, actually. So hopefully you guys are enjoying that. And yeah, if it's weird,
We're going to talk about it.
bye.
Bye.